photograph. I mean, it's aimed at kids, well, I'm saying kids, college, school age, where they're going to take embarrassing photographs, sort of topless or naked or whatever, for their boyfriends, girlfriends, that type of thing. They don't want that to be passed around, but it would be passed around anyway. And it would be broken and shared in that anyway. So it's completely pointless. I can see the appeal, but it's totally pointless.
Well, what I suggest, I've just got one more very quick thing to throw in regards to some Linux software, which I think people should check out. So, Roy, I'll give you an opportunity. Is there any pressing articles you want to bring up now before we sort of look to close the show off with our latest track of the evening?
I wish there was anything very major in terms of adoption. I think there is quite a bit of news about KDE, and there is a new version of Qt being released now. I'm very concerned in some ways about Nokia now because they cancelled some handset quite recently, and a person called Eric Haggers, he moved from Microsoft UK to the BBC a few years back, and he caused a lot of damage there. He was one of the managers. He was earning something like 300,000 a year or something. And what he was doing, he was behind the iPlayer and all kinds of projects which were advanced in Microsoft's agenda. And he moves to Intel now, and I'm kind of concerned because of some of the projects Intel has, which deal with Linux, and he's going to be like a manager in this company. Now, as far as Nokia is concerned, I also saw speculation, and this is really important to Linux, the speculation that Nokia might want to move to working with Microsoft more closely. And of course, Nokia has been very much committed to Linux, not just with MeeGo, but also it's one of the key developers of the Linux kernel now. I think it's like number 5 or number 6, something like that, in terms of commits to the code base. So. And as you probably know, or I don't think we covered it on the show before, but the CEO, the new CEO of the company of Nokia, is a person who just left Microsoft. He used to be a president of Microsoft, and once he left Microsoft, he was getting some really nice words from Ballmer, which made you think, well, they're going to still work together, even though one of them actually left and went to work as the CEO of Nokia. So I'm kind of watching very carefully to see what happens in terms of entries, and in terms of the capacity of former Microsoft staff, in kind of infecting other companies and actually bringing the agenda to a different company to serve the previous employer. So that's.
Well, I could say I saw this one coming, but you remember my prediction that Nokia would be out of the smartphone market by next year. Well, the Microsoft connection, and then that's now them dropping phones and getting a Microsoft CEO in. Well, seems like quite a good prediction to me.
Yeah, I think at the moment you're looking like a winner, unless I can get Balmer to leave in the next week or so. I think you're looking like the winner at the moment. So we'll see how that develops.
Yeah, Microsoft in general, they lost a lot of people recently. We've covered in previous show the loss of Craig Mundy, I think his name was. Was it Craig? Anyway, one of the presidents has left. Apparently was fired, and some people say he actually decided to leave the company. And soon afterwards, 3 or 4 more people at a very high level left the company, including one of the main people behind the Kinect. So when it comes to the Kinect, there was the management or the people who were heads of division, and they left last year. So lots of the people who were promising to deliver and to make big waves with Kinect, they left a while ago. But now the person who was behind the invention of doing the whole stereo vision and calculations, I think the guy is from Thailand originally, and he was a PhD student somewhere. And anyway, he was snapped by Microsoft in 2008, and he's out. He went to work for Google just now, and that's a pretty major blow as far as I can tell. And then you have all kinds of general managers and another vice president leaving the company. It's just a mess. I don't really know who replaces them. I mean, once they leave, you never have the name being put forth, the person who's going to replace them when they actually leave. I never hear about them being replaced. I think it's quite chaotic. But one good thing for Microsoft now is to get lots of patents. So they just know, well, we've got like 3,000 and something new patents. Well, great. But what about products? And what about something beyond that? And that pretty much tells you where the company is heading these days. And also how the staff feels about it, because the staff basically leaves, the managers leave. The company is moving to cheaper places like China and India now, and what they do is they just aim to write many applications for patents as soon as fast as possible.
I think that with the staff, Microsoft staff, I think for so long they've been able to look at their workplace, their employer, as being surrounded by Microsoft software, and it's all the industry standard. Whether it's good or not doesn't really matter. It's the fact that the whole industry uses Office, the whole industry uses SharePoint, the whole industry uses Exchange, and that's their in-house thing as well, and they make it, and so they can sort of afford to be blinkered by that. But I think more and more as time goes on, they know, they're not stupid. The staff don't know. The staff know. They go outside, they see their mates with iPhones, they see their wives, their girlfriends, their husbands, whatever, with iPhones, with Android phones, with with Macs, with Linux, with various other things. And they know, they can see for themselves what a piece of crap a lot of Microsoft stuff actually is, despite what they're being told internally, and all the propaganda inside to keep the internal staff morale up. They know there's an increasing disconnect there. And they know as well that if they can
themselves move to it, quite a few of them own iPhones now. One of the reasons Microsoft gave to all the employees Windows Phone 7 is that lots of them were using iPhones, and there were quite a few revealing embarrassing articles about that. And also a lot of them actually use WordPress and all kinds of things based on Linux to blog, including Ray Ozzie, who just left the company. He moved his site from IIS from IIS to Linux and WordPress, and he was basically blogging from it, talking about what Microsoft needs to do, which I find very amusing. He moves to, he along with separately, all the users who used to be in Live Spaces, they also moved to WordPress, running and blogging.
I just thought the amusing part of there was moving to ISS, and I was thinking that's a hell of a cloud, fucking space station. That's still space station. That's prestige.
Well,
sorry.
What I think we'll do now, if we've got all the main topics out of the way, hopefully we'll be doing another recording very shortly, because it's been quite a while since all three of us have been together. So it's very, very nice to be back as a threesome. Very quickly mention for any Amiga, ex-Amiga users, or still using an Amiga, who are fans of Elite 2 Frontier, or indeed on the PC platform. Very, very good open source project that's in development. It's called Pioneer, and it's aims to be I don't like to say the word similar because it sounds like it's a rip-off, and it's not. It's aiming to emulate of sorts the Elite 2 Frontier game, which for people that don't know was probably one of the first open box type sandbox type games for in space, a conquest sort of fighting trading game. It's you could do basically whatever you liked, and it's got an open source release now, and it's still in beta. When I say release, it hasn't been released to the public yet, but I'll be linking in the show notes this site, which is currently shown in development, and it's looking very good for fans of the Elite series. You will recognise it straight away. And I'm looking forward to seeing the final version, or certainly the early betas. So get yourself over to the link on the show notes. Very, very good. It's already scored 8 out of 10 by the people who have had a go at it. So yeah, keep an eye on this one. It'll be a great project to support in the future. And yet again, I find myself saying that Linux is getting another native title, which just goes to show the popularity of Linux on the desktop, or the increasing popularity. So that's a good bit of news. Now, if Roy and Gordon are happy, I'm going to close off the show with the track for the night. Roy, have I got your... Are you happy with that?
Yes, of course, yeah. You
Lovely, yeah.
sent me
else.
the track.
Yeah.
Actually, the story behind this, I just wanted to mention this very quickly. We were trying to download the track, but it was only available via torrent, at least seemingly so, and we couldn't get any seeders to make it available to us. But eventually we managed to get hold of that and pass it around.